So if I start with picking up the key point, the issue about having a strong brand. Those of you who engage with Materials KTN through the different channels know that those brands are actually very strong within the local areas, local channels of engagement. But if you look at that, and a marketing person tells us what that meant, it means 9 different organizations interacting with the Materials KTN. It doesn't mean one organization. And that was a concern, that we operate as one organization, not 9 organizations interacting, and the form of interaction sometimes not made clear, that they are actually part of the KTN. So that, and for some of you very astute in noticing these sort of things, would realize that the last issue of Focus did away with all the node logos, and the word node has vanished. So we no longer have nodes, and we no longer have the logos. You can ask questions later on. Okay, but what we do have is the vision. So we do have a continuity in the service we're providing. We have a continuity to make sure that businesses are actually making use of the research, and a lot of funding goes for materials research, that businesses are making use of it and exploiting this research. That we have the research base being very well aligned to the economic drivers, and in our case, having determined the strategy, those 3 key areas that are we actually bringing through and pulling through research to be able to deliver the 3 key themes. That the integration of materials and design continues and actually provides us what we need, and that we continue to actually maintain the excellence in materials research that we have for global advantage. There should be communication, and hopefully this is one such event, but we have other means of actually reaching out to memberships and non-members so they can register to become members and to continue to do that. And it should be a dialogue between businesses, the science-based and business, the design area as well. Let's ensure that we do have available to, and we can signpost to the best minds and facilities for those companies that are actually finding it very difficult, maybe because they don't have the time or the resources to be able to access those resources, that we do have them and we have knowledge about where they are and we can signpost to them. And to continue to work with the government departments and Technology Strategy Board to input into and influence strategy and policies where it affects materials. And we will continue to do that. But we have to, as I said, address some of the issues. And the size of the materials community, the importance of materials to the economy is very important, is very clear for us. It continues to be of importance. We may have difficult economic times, but it's still the basis of a lot of innovation, and we need to be able to retain that. So retaining and growing the community, such as yourselves, is very important. And we've actually put ways and means of being able to address those. Making sure that in that process we are aligning our focus to actually deliver to those 3 key themes that Alan went through. The types of materials we use, the manufacturing processes, the applications, the engagement of design, emerging areas, even though they've been emerging for the last 20, 30 years, like biomimetics, nanotechnology, new techniques for surface engineering, the engagement of standards, metrology, to make sure that we have the market set at the right level, really, to pull through innovation. Make sure our deliveries are targeted. And Wynne mentioned that before he left, that the Materials KTN being the bedrock, the foundation for actually developing materials to many sectors, and a lot of these sectors have KTNs as well, and working with those KTNs to allow them to pull through those materials developments. And for those KTNs to recognize the Materials KTN as the place to come to work with, to address their community's materials needs. In this process, we're engaging with government departments, regions, research councils, as I said before, international, and looking at how we generate additional income for for the KTN activities. So what we will be doing is implementing and delivering, helping to deliver the TSB priorities, working with innovation platforms, providing material solutions across the family of KTNs, strong engagement with business, partnering with other network organizations, and that include trade associations, not just KTNs, strong governance and management, financial control, look at case studies, hard data, success stories, and leveraging international participation. In the survey, that the technology strategy did, there were a number of things that KTNs in general were doing very well. And these are the ones cited. Providing information on funding opportunities, and you heard a lot of them from Alan. Making sure the relationship between academia and business continues. Brokering of project partnerships, signposting to skilled people in key technology areas, promoting knowledge transfer partnerships, case studentships, and really influencing the public sector policy. These were all seen as good things KTNs do. And we've retained those, and we'll continue to work to deliver these. The way we're going to do this is developing activities, or we call them products. So having an event is a product. Brokering the partnership is a product. Providing some sitcom fund, Sparks Award, those who received these before, is a product. And we've broken these products into 3 categories. Just raising awareness, talking to many people, but following that through and exchange. And then in the end, ended up with collaborations and making sure we do get good value out of the interactions. So not all interactions will immediately generate economic wealth, but nevertheless, we want to be able to raise the awareness of developments in materials. And what we have is a blend of these activities. At the same time, we want to make sure that our community is engaged. So we may have themes in the strategy, but this is not a static strategy. It needs to be refreshed, and we will need to refresh it every year, quite periodically and very frequently. And the way to do that is make sure we have the right balance of the community in our membership. We don't want a situation where those who speak loudest get their views reflected in strategy. That what we're doing is actually making sure that we're taking into account a cross-section and true cross-section of the UK economy where materials matter. So we'll be looking at our membership profile and making sure that we are actually targeting and having a balanced coverage, both in terms of our boards, committees, as well as our general membership. And we will deliver to the themes through well-developed work packages that we operationalize. We have an operational plan on an annual basis, and we know exactly what we're going to be delivering, and we'll be delivering that through yourselves. This just to remind you that there is a sort of a link-up with what we're going to be doing and what the TSBC has shown as their strategy. So I won't go through that. Alan has gone through that.